coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pounds, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. 33 years of prison stories. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's do it. Man, we pushing, man. We on the road to 200K, man. Y'all need to check your subscription. Make sure you are subscribed. Tomfoolery be going on, man, and they be unsubscribing people. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, share these videos. We're on the road to 200K, man. We should have been there, but hey, don't make no difference as long as we get there. Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation, stand up, salute. We out here. Let's go. 2025, man, is on the way, and we're going to be in the mix. Let's get it. Oh, man. Listen to me. Ooh, man, listen, from the time I went into prison, man, and really got into to my bit, man, I started seeing, you know, the hustlers, the scramblers, you know, what y'all call now today the scammers. You know, they always been a part of prison. You got to understand, when you in prison, man, you being watched at all times. You being judged, you being scrutinized, analyzed, but yet at the same time, these dudes in prison find a way to make any and everything happen. I'm telling you, man, they find a way to make it happen. And like I say, from any hustle you could think of, man, the parlays, the store boxes, the letters, you know, when I first got in, like I said, in the wall, man, you had older dudes like PI, man. He had a couple of you know, boys and stuff, man. They was writing letters on a regular basis to these like pen pal people or other women that they done saw an ass in the paper, and like this type of guy, this young 20-some-year-old handsome whatever they was doing, however they was doing it, man, they was just getting money, man. These people was sending money on a regular basis. Man, I remember him saying he had one person writing like 6 or 7 girls. He had another one write 8 or 9 girls. He writing 3 to 5 girls. And all of this is money circulating, coming in on a regular basis. And, you know, I guess when you look at it, to be able to keep up with all of that and to be writing all of that, man, look like it's hard work, but what they was getting for, you know what I'm saying, the money to them was worth it, you know, because of the position they was in. And then when you in prison, what else do you got but time? You know, it was something that I could never do, you know, but at the same time, I knew people who did that when I first came into prison. As time went on, I didn't really run into a lot of people that was into that, but I do remember distinctively the first time I ever encountered that was, you know, with PI and his little clique that he had, right? They had all other types of hustles though, man. He had somebody in there crocheting, you know, blankets and Afghans and sweaters and scarves, and that stuff was selling like hotcakes, man. That stuff was selling like hotcakes. I'm talking about they selling them joints out there 3, 4, 500 a pop, and people was buying them. You had COs taking it out on the street. You had COs that was purchasing it themselves for their wives or girls or whatever the case may be. So the hustlers in penitentiary, man, I think they got a little bit more edge on, you know, the average hustler because of what they got to deal with in the conditions that they got to do it under, the creativity that they had to come up with to pull some of these things off. It's amazing, man, and they do it, man. But you know, as time went on, you know, now y'all updated version, y'all got these scammers, man. Well, like I said, the first time the or I ain't gonna say the first time. What I remember the most about scams in prison, um, I remember it was something going on with the phone, man. These dudes found a way to scam these phones. Whereas to when I was up Augusta, I believe it. They found a way to scam these phones because they was charging so much money with these phones to make a phone call. I think if you was up Augusta at the time back then to make a phone call, one call, man, 15-minute call, 20-minute call was like $8. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So per call, you paying $8 per call. It's like that was like a lot of money, you know. So it was limited people from calling. It was some type of ways dudes came up with some type of scam, man, where they had this number where everybody could call for free. And man, this caused so much chaos on the compound because now as the number started circulating in the way to do it, everybody was using it. You know, so they ended up scamming, man, and making these calls. Dudes was getting fighting and dudes was getting rumbling. Bethlehem was coming out. Dudes was getting hit up over all over these phones because now dudes can stay on the phone all day long because it didn't cost them nothing. As long as you got somebody to call, and then you get the bombers that want to get on the phone and want to call 10, 15 people until they get an answer. So you had dudes waiting to get in line for this phone and trying to get this phone, which caused a whole lot of ruckus, caused a whole lot of beef, and dudes that got the rumbling. And I think the rumbling and the stabbings combined brought the attention to the administration where they got hip to it because as dudes was getting locked up, I mean, what happened? What was going on? No, this phone, and the phone kept coming up. The phone kept coming up. So they got hip that there was something going on with the phone. And lo and behold, man, when they ended up finding out, man, it was like I think it made the news back then because it was like Augusta alone had ran up over $1 million and something worth of phone calls, man. Over $1 million and some dollars worth of phone calls that was not paid because of the way they had the scam set up. And man, I think that was one of the first times I got hip to, man, these jokers in prison gonna come up with a way to do anything. You know what I'm saying? To get it done, man. It's like $1 million and some dollars worth of phone calls, man. Cause it was just going. And dudes was shaking out over it, man. Dudes was fighting and rumbling over it. Dudes was going to other jokers' pod to use the phone to see if a phone was open in this part. And then dudes was getting caught in the pod using the phone because they caught it open at the time. And then somebody in the block wanted to use the phone and couldn't use the phone. And just joke on the phone, man. You don't even sleep in here. Hey, yo, get off the phone, man. Hey, man, I'm going to get off. And they rumbling. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Mayo caused the whole ruckus over there. Remember, I spoke about that in one of the videos. He caused a whole ruckus where he almost caused a riot where dudes was ready to get it in, you know, click for click because of this phone situation. You did? And yeah, man. So the scammers in there, man, they're on a different level, dog. And remember I told y'all about then you had the Bama what his name, Rolling, with that phone jump. You know what I'm saying? And this was a scam they had where they could take a number because he had somebody, I guess, that worked for the phone company. I think it was his wife or whoever, and they could give you a number. It was like a corporate number or something, the way they explained it to us how it worked. And they could put that number on top of your number. So you use that number and your calls was free. And you can call for free and the same thing. And this is like decades later. This when I first was with this scam on the guns, we talk about the late 80s. This is all the way in the 2000s when old boy Roland was using this scam. And man, it was he must have made a ton of money off of this. A ton of money. But he was a dope fiend. And then he started beating the people on the street for their service because he had to pay them too, whether it was his wife or whoever, he had to pay them. And he started beating them out of their money because he was getting high so much, you know. And then he started double selling numbers. And then dudes started trying to get at him. Then he started hiding. And then it was just a bunch of confusion, but it was good while it lasted, man. Because you saving money if you're a type of dude that use that phone. You saving money. I think then the phone calls was like $4, $5 a pop. So you getting this joker like $100, $150 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. And you getting 350 calls or 400 calls. You dig? So it was, you know, it was way more than worth it if it was working. But, you know, like I say, in penitentiary, everything comes to an end. Everything got a halt to it. And when it came to an end and he, you know what I'm saying, bit the hand that fed him and he couldn't really do it no more, he started using old numbers and reselling them that couldn't be used. And that's when dudes was trying to get at him. And that's when he had to try to pull a great escape. you know, and he did. Because if I would have caught him, it would have been ball game. Because I won't, I won't play about my little money. You did, but yeah. So it just continued, man. The scams after scams, and then you got into the when the dudes was doing the social security numbers and getting these dudes these refund checks, you know, tax returns. Ain't nobody in the penitentiary working on the street nowhere. You did? But they had a way to do it. That was one that my old worst seller, the Bama Saeed, him and his people was doing. It was another dude doing it, black dude. I can't remember his name, but he was known for it. The administration knew he was doing it, and they couldn't do nothing to him because he had a whole rack of time. And they had acknowledged and pinpoint that it was him that doing it. And they what can they do but threaten him? But he still was able to pull it off. They lock him up, you know what I'm saying, give him a institutional charge or whatever. He'll get back out. He'll start doing it again. You know what I'm saying? Because it was coming from the streets because he had a partner on the street that was doing it. But he the one who facilitate getting other dudes social security. Look, let me get your social security number. I'm gonna get you about 300 to 400 lines. You know what I'm saying? One time, then we wait again. When the second taxes come, I'm gonna get you 600. You know what I'm saying? So the whole scheme is though, he doing that, but they getting more. And they gonna continue to use your social security number when you ain't around them no more. And then they gonna be getting all of the money. But dudes won't seeing that far ahead. They was seeing I'm in penitentiary. I ain't got no help. Couple of $100 is big in the penitentiary. So boom, all right, I'm gonna give you my social security number. Boom, 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 boom. And it was killing them. He was killing them. You know what I'm saying? And if I ain't mistaken, you had to give him something off the top for him to even file it. You had to give him like 50. You had to give him like $50, and he gonna make sure the joint come. And within 3 or 4 months, they was gonna get you 400 or something like that. And he was just murking them all over, all over. And even then his stuff got twisted, and dudes was trying to get at him and trying to, you know. And he was a soft dude. He won't, you know what I'm saying. He was just smart. He knew how to get money, but he ain't know how to, you know what I'm saying, get busy. So every time somebody got down on him, their money won't right or something, he'll get gone. He'll check in and go on and move on to the next spot. And I heard he went from compound to compound to compound doing it. And every time the administration will know about him before you get there. Look, if you pull that tax stuff on here, man, we locking you up. Woo, woo, woo. If we ever heard you out here do, but it ain't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to threaten somebody who ain't getting out or got uh, decades before they even attempt to get out. What you gonna do? Give him another charge? Give him a federal charge? But he won't tripping. He won't tripping. You know what I'm saying? And they had to prove it, but they knew he was doing it, but they couldn't really like prove it. And it ain't like the feds came in and said we get ready to give you a street check. They won't tripping off of, you know. But he was getting money. You know what I'm saying? He was getting money all the way down the line. Now, lo and behold, when I get out, you know, praise God. That was when all that whatever you call it, PPB or PPDI, whatever that type of loan was going on, where you know they was getting all these people this money on the street. When I got out, I missed that money. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just happy to be out. I won't even. It was unaware to me about all of this stuff that was going on. Plus, I didn't even think that I qualified or could get anything. But man, let me tell you, they had some jokers in there that was killing with that. They eventually gave them some money. Even the dudes that was locked up, they gave them a little check. But before they even did that, dudes in there were getting that money too, because they was taking them same social security numbers and sending them on the street and having people file for them loans, having people file for them what's the name under your name. And I guess they made up all the other information, right? So you had people on the street that was saying, if you could get me these numbers, I could do this, and they was killing them. I'm telling you, I literally know dudes who got literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds, I said hundreds of thousands of dollars off of them loans in the penitentiary. In the penitentiary. I know a dude specifically who bought his daughter a brand new Lexus for her 16th birthday from prison. From prison. You know what I'm saying? And it was with that type of that loan money. You know what I'm saying? And to my understanding, he got over 140, 130 out of that joint. I'm like, what? got him a new lawyer working on his case, trying to see the street soon, where the situation looks so bleak. Now it look like I might get poke my head out. It's light at the end of the tunnel, all from these loans. I'm like, man, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was insane, man. These dudes was getting money hand over fist in there because I'm telling you that penitentiary hustle and grind is different, man. Them dudes gonna find a way. You give them a little crack, they gonna get through that joint and they gonna make it explode. You know, and I'm like, yeah, he was like, they even had them dudes in there doing that medical loan where as to like they could file and saying that people need like wheelchairs or it was older people, they was filing older people joints and putting it in like wheelchairs and getting loans like that, man, for 80 and 90,000. Yeah, grants and loans and all of this. And I'm like, what? What? The hustle, man, the hustle, the scams, things that, you know what I'm saying, that you wouldn't even think of if you ain't even on that level to be thinking like that. And then, you know, they looking at it like, man, we in prison. You know what I'm saying? We locked up. It ain't nothing coming back to us. They can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't say I filed no taxes. And to be honest with you, it was really no trail back to them, or even if it, whoever the trail could be back to them would be the people on the street that was actually filing it. They was more at risk than the people that was in penitentiary. People in the penitentiary was just providing you with the names and you doing all the filing, and then your name is not on anything, but you just collecting all the money. Now the people on the street could beat you and keep the money, but if they did that, they couldn't keep getting their social security numbers to keep getting more money. So they were sitting in the perfect position. If you cut my throat on this, I'm gonna go ahead on and give it to somebody else and let them continue to file, because I can continue to get these mammals social security number, and then I'm still gonna be getting money. So play fair and we all gonna eat. You cross me and you cut off. You know what I'm saying? This the leverage they had from prison. You know, so you seemingly got somebody on the street, if they knew whatever they was doing out here, how they knew how to chop it up and file it and get it, they eating as well too. They probably was eating more money than the people that was locked up was. But any money in the penitentiary when you locked up is good money, let alone thousands and thousands upon thousands. Man, come on, man, 100 something thousand dollars in the penitentiary. You basically, if you got to do 20 years, you good if you manage that money. If you manage that money, and then if you get enough money, money talks. You can get a lawyer and you can walk. Money talks and money will walk you up out of that penitentiary if you got it in the right hands. So it was man, it was wild. It was a wild thing, man. And I'm like, man, and yeah, I couldn't get involved though. I freshly on the street. I ain't doing no scams. I ain't doing no conning. I ain't doing no crimes. I ain't doing nothing because I ain't want no more parts of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Because I even had a few of them reach out, man, hey, look, bank man, I'm going to tell you, listen, man, if you can get somebody to do. Nope. No, sir. And all the numbers sound so crazy. Look, I'm telling you, man, you can get, man, I can get you 40,000, in 4 months. What? But I couldn't, man. Couldn't, man. There ain't nothing like this freedom, man. That's no. I'd be broke out here before I'd be into all of that. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't. But man, I know for a fact they was getting it. And I ain't talking about no dudes that just be talking. I'm talking about if they saying that they really doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I had jokers in the penitentiary telling me, "Do you want me to send you some money, man?" I said, "Huh?" Yeah, I've seen, give me your address, man. I send you a couple of racks. Yeah, in the penitentiary. That's how much money they had floating around in the economy in the penitentiary was booming. Dudes is gambling, dudes is playing parlays. I'm like, man, these jokers in here getting rich in here, but you still in misery though, cause you still locked up. You can't buy nothing but some zoom zooms and wham whams and get you some Reeboks or what I'm saying, or try to trick a CO or something, or trick off with a female CO. Other than that, you still ain't got nothing in the penitentiary. Even if you got something, you ain't got nothing in the penitentiary. But I could just imagine how it was in there, you know what I'm saying, from what was being told to me in the prison calls and how it was in there, how dudes is like flossing with all of this money. I'm like, man, he said, man, dude. He told me, man, I got this. I know somebody got 80. He said, I know somebody at least got 220. I said, 220,000? He said, yeah. Yeah, I said, man, nah, ain't no way. He said, man, I'm telling you, I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So if they getting that type of money, you know the people that was out here on the street that they was working with was getting, you know, $500,000 money, if not $1,000,000 money messing with this stuff, man. And I'm like, man, but like I say, they scamming. You know what I'm saying? They scamming. But it's the same thing that's going on out here. Everybody's scamming. I get 4, 5 fake calls a day, man, with some fake scams about this and you won that and you won. They just want you to hit something so they can tap in and take something. And I'm like, man, this is a cruel, cruel, cruel world, man. It is a cunning, cruel, scamming world. I seen videos now where they talking to women and ask women what type of men they like. They say, drug dealers, scammers. Like what? That's a whole thing now. A scammer. They don't put the scammers in the category with the drug dealers now. They neck and neck. Oh, the drug dealer, you know, the girls, the young girls that's attracted to the bad boys. Oh yeah, he a drug dealer. He, you know what I'm saying? He a thug. He a hustler. He getting money. Now you got the scammers. They getting more money. You understand? So now they want the scammers. And they looking at it like, okay, well, yeah, eventually, you know, just like the drug dealer, that's gonna come to an end. He gone. So when the money gone, they on to the next one. So it's the same thing with the scammers. Okay, well, you know he's scamming and you still, yeah, well, I ain't in love. I want the money. This is the mentality that they got out here right now, which is also insane. It is also insane. But you can go online and you can see these women tell me when they asking them what type of dude they look for, scammers is coming out of their mouth. Scammers, drug dealers, athletes. Yeah, this is what they intrigued by. You understand? So, but them penitentiary cats, man, not to be left out, man. Them dudes is getting money in there. If it's a way that they get money out here, if it's a hustle, they finding a way to magnify that in prison and get their portion as well. And they eating in there, which whatever comes up out here that's making money, they gonna find a way to modify it on the inside and make them some money as well, man. You know, they got all the time in the world. They got the time to think, the scheme, the plot, the plan, the strategize, and they make it happen. You know what I'm saying? They make it happen, man. So yeah, man. So shout out to the hustlers, and I guess shout out to the scammers as well, man. You know they scamming, man, and they winning. You know, as far as financially, they winning. So yeah, man. But please believe they was getting money in there. They was getting money. I'm gonna do some more thinking on this, man, and I probably can tell y'all some more situations about this. But yeah, the scam is real in the penitentiary, and they getting hundreds of thousands of dollars off of scamming in the penitentiary for sure. And I know dudes that done, you know, bought cars and houses and paid, you know, car notes and car house notes and got them new lawyers and everything, all from the hustle, the scam, straight from prison. You know, so imagine if that mind um capacity, that uh grind capacity was applied legally on the street. You be talking about dudes that's running, you know, Fortune 500 companies and owning businesses, and you know, it's just, you know, it's going to waste in the penitentiary, man. So, you know, stay free. Use your skills, use your brain capacity, use your level to your level of understanding and breaking down things and making it turn into you know, financial gain. Use it, man, in a legal way, man, and you will be successful in life, and you'll never have to see the inside of a penitentiary, you know. So anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Let me know what type of videos y'all want, man, because if you bring it up, I probably got something related to it or something just like it. Just let me know, but I ain't gonna know if you don't talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back. In the meantime, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man, and duck them hooks, man, and Duck that penitentiary. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're out here selling drugs and scamming, yeah, you might want to duck that too, because penitentiary is definitely waiting for you. And yeah, everything out here is better than everything in there. Please believe that. I'll be at you in a minute. Peace. Boom.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.